Is everybody on the same page with me so far? Okay. So that leads me to our very last fact on our page. And you can take this home with you, okay? And you can take your rolls with your mats home with you. This is for you to keep so you can keep practicing at home, okay? All right. Always rinse and soak the rice before cooking. Okay, that's a very important method that we have to do before we start our sushi. Do we know why? So it can be sticky. You always add, this is what I've added in our water to soak our rice today. Can anyone tell me what this is?
Vegetable oil.
No, it looks like vegetable oil. It's a little thinner. Can you say rice vinegar?
Rice vinegar.
Rice vinegar. So you add just a couple tablespoons of rice vinegar. When you pour your rice, you pour water on top of your rice to let it soak. You add rice vinegar, you add salt, and you add some sugar. I didn't measure that. I just eyeballed it. I just sprinkle a little salt, some sugar, a couple tablespoons of rice vinegar, okay? And the reason being is that it helps it get to the flavor that we want, but it also gives it the texture that we want, okay? So we can roll our rice. This helps the rice become sticky rice, and the texture is easier to work with when you roll out the sushi. You can add many different types of ingredients to your sushi and enjoy. Okay, now that this is pretty much cooked, this is the texture we're looking for. Can you look at the TV screen? This is what we want. It looks almost fluffy, but now the next important thing that we have to do for our rice is to let it cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it into my pans. I've got 2 pans ready to go. Okay? And I'm going to let it lay flat and let it cool. It should take about 10 minutes. But there's something else that we're going to do with this rice today, and I'm excited to share. Can anyone tell me what color is a candy cane? Red and white. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I've got food coloring. Can everyone look at the TV screen for me? Oh, sorry, covering the camera. I apologize. So I want you to pay attention to the TV for a minute, because I'm teaching you that we're going to cool our rice. So what's step number 1 with our rice? We soak our rice. We soak it for a good 10 to 15 minutes. What's the second step of our rice? Can anyone tell me? What do we add to our water when we soak our rice? That's right. Is it any kind of vinegar that we want, or is it a special type of vinegar?
Rice vinegar.
Rice vinegar. What else do we add? Salt. What else? Sugar. Very nice. You are paying attention. I'm so proud of you. Okay, what's the next step that we do once our rice is soaked? We boil. We bring it to a simmer. We let it boil. That takes about 20 minutes or so, depending how much rice you have. What's the next step of our rice? Can anyone tell me? We are going to let it cool, okay? So this is cooling right now. You roll it out and you let it cool, okay? Because it's important, once it cools, it will give us that texture that we need to roll it.
And it'll make it sticky.
They will make it sticky. Say sticky rice.
Sticky rice.
That's important in sushi. Does sushi, what does sushi mean? Does it mean rice or does it mean raw fish?
Rice.
Rice, that's good. You're learning vinegar rice. That's a Japanese term. Okay, I want you to look in your bowl, and right at the very end of our paper, we talked about you can add all kinds of ingredients. Now, you can use imitation crab, you can use shrimp, you can use eel. There's many types of things you can add in your sushi. I avoided that today just because first allergens, and secondly raw fish. I just didn't want to risk it. I wanted to be sure that we knew the idea and the concept of sushi first, okay? We are going to use, can someone raise their hand and tell me what's one ingredient in their bowl? Go ahead. Cucumbers. Okay, what's something else that we have in our bowl? Go ahead. Those are not tomatoes, but you're very close. They're called bell peppers, red bell pepper. Those are actually very good for your health. They're very good for you. Okay, what's the white stuff?
Cream cheese.
Cream cheese. Okay, so do you think that this is a vegetarian roll today? I think so. I think we can say that. There's no fish, there's no meat, so it is vegetarian. Now, you notice the colors. Could someone tell me why it's those colors?
White, green,
Go ahead, Hope.
red. Christmas.
Christmas! Because it's Christmas time, we are doing the red, the green, and the white.
White as snow.
White as snow. Okay, now there's something else. If you can see, I've got green food coloring, and I've got red food coloring. Now, some of the rice we're going to keep white because I'm going to show you we're going to do a line of white, a line of red, and a line of green, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and incorporate.
I thought we were just going to do a candy cane.
Well, I want you to be creative with it. Don't mean to be in front of the camera, I apologize. Okay, we're just going to do a little bit of red. We're going to do a little bit of green. Whoop, that one poured out a lot. And we're going to leave this one white. And I'm actually thinking I'm about out of red. But, hey, we've got red bell peppers. Okay, I'm going to mix up my rice. It's starting to cool more. I don't want it to be mushy. It's important we hold up our texture of our rice. So make sure you're looking at the camera and you'll see Chef Nina mixing those pretty colors. And in a minute you get to play with it. It's going to be fun when we roll our sushi rolls. Now you can choose to wear gloves. We do have gloves because it may get a little messy. We do have hand sanitizer in front of you. Or if you simply need to just keep washing your hands, wash your hands in the bathroom before, in between rolling and cutting your sushi. So we got green, and we've got red. Sorry, I don't mean, okay. I'm going to give everybody a little bit of those colors, and everybody's going to have more white. Now, have you noticed, and sometimes when we go eat sushi, there's rice on the outside of our roll, and there's rice on the inside of our roll. You can choose today, do you want the rice to be just on the inside or both sides? Now, here's the thing. It's a little tricky to roll it if it's on both sides because it's very thick. So if it's your first time rolling, I would suggest just on the inside. Because we want to make sure our when we roll, and I'll go into that in a few minutes, it has to be real tight. Okay? All right, that's probably as red as it's gonna get today. I have to go get more food coloring. But we have plenty of green and we have plenty of white. And it's gonna look like a really cool sushi Christmas roll today for lunch. All right. So now it's starting to cool off. I'm actually feeling pretty comfortable with it, so where you can have it. Raise your hand if you're having fun so far. Good, good. You're being great listeners. Are you ready to actually roll? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put these in our bowls, and I'll go around to you, and I'll give you each a bowl, okay, of your rice.
Can I have a plate?
Can you have a plate? There's a plate in front of you for when you are finished with your roll. You could place it on there. There's still steam coming out, so don't touch it just yet. We're still letting the rice cool a little bit. Okay, please make sure you share with your friend that's next to you, that's your partner today, the rice. There's plenty of rice, and the bell pepper and the cream cheese and the cucumber. Okay, I'm gonna do my best to give you each enough of the red and the green. Okay, one person come up from each table, just one, and be a helper to pick up the rice. I was going to roll it around to you, but I'm still panning out rice. So one of you can come up. How about Bowden, come on up? Hope, can you come on up? Or Elliot, one of you? I'm going to give you a spoon, okay? I'll put a spoon in there so that way you have a spoon to help roll it out. There you go. There you go. Good job. That one's ready to go. Hi. If you need more, just let me know, but there should be plenty of rice to go around. I'll get you a spoon. There you go, Chloe. Does everybody have a bowl of rice?
Yeah.
I've got 2 more bowls up here if we need more rice. Are we good? Okay. Can we share? Can we share? Okay. We're going to take turns. All right, now it's going to be the fun part. Okay, make sure your hands are real dry. Is everybody's hands real dry? Roll up your sleeves if you need to, okay? All right. Make sure your cutting board is right in front of you, okay? Place your mat right on top of your cutting board, okay? That's step number 1. Can you see me on TV? Okay, just want to be sure you can see my workspace. It's important you watch the TV and you watch Chef Nina go over these steps with you, okay? place your mat, your seaweed mat, right on top of your bamboo mat, like so. Make sure it's right in the center, okay? You want to have a little space on each side, okay? All right? The next step. Now, I had told you a moment ago that you can use rice on the outside. And what I meant by that is right in between here and here, you can put rice there. But I want your first time rolling to be more simple for you. I don't want you to have a hard time with it bulging out so much. So today, we're just going to put the rice on the inside, okay? Right here. So that's how it's going to look. Okay? I want you to understand the difference. Okay, take your spoon. If you each need a spoon, I have plenty of spoons. If a parent don't mind passing those around, that way they each can get a spoon. Thank you. When everybody has a spoon, we'll start. Does everybody have one? Okay, thank you. Okay, appreciate it. Okay, so you're going to take your rice. Now, I want you to be creative with it. It doesn't have to look like everybody else's. It can be a stripe. It can look like if you want to do a candy cane, you could just do the red and the white. But if you just want to be Christmassy, you can do green, red, and white, or you can do white, green, red. Just depends how you feel today. I'm going to just start with my white, and you're just going to start like that. Okay, just do that for me. Pick the colors you want and just daub it right on top. If you choose green, put a green there. Okay. Does everybody have rice yet on there? Okay. You're going to take your spoon and you just need a thin layer. You don't want it real thick. You're going to nicely spread it out. You know, just like spreading bread on butter, or butter on bread, or cream cheese on a bagel. It's very similar to that. You're just going to take that spoon and you're going to distribute it out. Real thin, but make sure you have enough in your roll. You don't want it to look, because when we roll out our sushi in a few minutes, we actually want there to be enough covering our space. Now I want you to spread rice until this is almost completely covered, okay? Leave a little room on the edges so it doesn't bulge out when we roll, like this. So it's like doing another square within a square. If you need to watch to get an idea, watch the camera. I'm just doing white for now. Yeah. Yes, yes. Go for it. Okay, you're welcome. Okay. Does everybody have different colors, or what does it look like? Oh, good job. More whites? I'm going to walk around and check on you, okay? Then I'll go back to what I'm doing. Okay. Flatten it out just a tad more. I think you've got plenty of rice on there. There you go. Just push it down. You're doing a great job. I like how colorful it is. Wow, it blends so pretty. It's like an ombre. That's nice.
It's like Christmas light.
Christmas lights. That's a good way of putting it. Okay, I think you're good. I don't think you need more. Bowden, that looks great. Can you just kind of put a little bit more right here?
Yeah,
'Cause I don't, when you roll it out, I don't want there to be any spaces on your roll.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just trying to.
Yes, sir. That looks great. Good job. Looks great. Looks very good. Yes. That's perfect. There you go. Good job.
Mine is for my dad.
That's for your daddy? Oh, he's going to love it. So pretty. Just going to flatten it out just a tad more. You don't want too thick.
It's a swimming pool for my
A swimming pool of rice. Okay. Love y'all's imaginations. Okay. It looks great. Just kind of flatten it to this side right here. You're doing a great job. Okay. All right. I think everybody has plenty of rice. I'm going to make mine a little more festive too. So I like the way y'all's looks. Okay, so now that you have enough rice on your roll, you get to add the ingredients that are in the other bowl. How you add it is up to you, but make sure you put it more in the center, right in here, in between here. So what I'm going to start with is my cream cheese. That's a good base. And you can kind of pull it together, pull it apart to make more if you need to, little squares. Again, yours can look a little different than mine, but I'm just going to put mine right in the center there. You can start with the bell peppers. It's a vegetarian roll, yep. Okay, then I'm going to add my cucumbers. Because we want it to be red and green and white. If yours is a little too thick, you have a knife right there. You can cut it just in half if you want to be smaller pieces, more bite size. You can do that. You can practice. The fun part's about to begin. We're going to roll it in just a moment. Make sure you get it what you like on there. Now don't put too much. You don't want to overcrowd your roll, okay? You don't want it to be too many things. That's a good amount that I have on mine. You can add a little bit more, but I wouldn't overcrowd it. Because when you roll it, you don't want it to bust out of your roll. Okay, I'm going to walk around and see if everybody's got what they need on their roll. Good job. Good job. Okay, good job. Okay. Okay, here we go. Who's ready to roll their sushi? Me. All right. Now, you're going to start by holding this right down toward the bottom towards you. Go ahead and pick this part up. I want to see if you could just pick this part up right here. Can everybody see me? Okay. Now you're going to put that liner right tight. Hold it tight. The first step's actually the hardest because you have to make sure you get it perfectly aligned for one and then secondly, you want it to be tight. So the second, you're gonna go ahead and do that. That's the first thing you're gonna do. Just roll it on up. Now pull this right towards you. And you're gonna go again. Okay? Parents, make sure they're pulling it towards them, towards the edge. Thank you. And then pull it tight. And then we're actually going to begin to roll it. The first part's always pretty tricky because you're having to make sure you got it together. Okay. All right. Now it should look about like this. Okay. You're going to now roll it completely. Hold it tight and then roll. And let the mat kind of do the work for you. Just going to gently roll it. And you just keep rolling it. First time's always the hardest. But oh, good job, Bowden. That's why you get to take it home and practice.
You roll the mat right into the stuff?
Yes, and then roll it. Okay, let me see.
Okay.
Okay, roll this right towards you. I'm going to pull that right towards you. That's a good start. That's perfect. Now you can roll it. There you go. Good job. Okay, good job. Good job. Yeah, okay, pull it towards you. Yeah, that's a good step. Okay, first step. Now you can roll it completely.
Okay.
Now, if some of this falls out, you could just...
Yeah, use it for whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't want too full.
I think we missed a lot of it while rolling. I
It's
kept
okay.
rolling out.
No, it's fine. Now keep rolling it.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
there you go. You're welcome. Now, if your hands get a little messy, you can wash them before you cut. But this is where you want to look so far. Now, you're going to roll it back out, and your roll should be together. See how mine looks together? That's it. And you can take it right out, and then it should look like so, right on top. Like a big log. Once everybody has theirs like in that position, again, if your hands are sticky, I would recommend you wash your hands before you cut. Take this moment to wash your hands, please. And they have to be really dry. from underneath your sushi. You want to move that out of the way. And make sure that this looks clean as possible so you can take that home, okay? You want to keep these nice. Okay. Okay, we'll wait for her. Oh, okay. Oh, class. Okay. Okay, so this is right on your cutting board, okay? Please don't get too far ahead of me. I want us to try to work together. Okay. Okay, so now that that's in front of you, you're going to take your knife. You're going to hold your knife, three fingers on the bottom, your thumb here to the side, and your index finger to the top of your knife. Let the knife do the work. Your other hand, you're going to tuck in your other fingers so you don't cut your finger. Stay safe. And you're going to cut that edge off of your sushi roll. It may look like this. It may look a little hollow, and that's okay. We're going to put that to the side. Then you're going to begin. You want it to be about an inch thick, about an inch. And as you keep cutting, they're going to get thicker. Should look like that. Again, I think what we're going to do is we're going to use the rest of the rice to go around it, but the first time I wanted you to learn to roll it without the rice being on the outside. But you can practice that at home, putting rice on the outside and on the inside of your roll. Keep cutting. It should, I would say, maybe about 6 pieces. You should get at least 6 or 7. Maybe 8, depending how thick you cut it. Actually, I got more than that. There we go. Okay, I'm content with that. I have 8 pieces. Okay, now you're going to take your plate. I'm going to go around and see. Okay. Good job, Hope. Good job. Good job. Is it not working? Should work. It's serrated. There you go. You may have to kind of use it like a. Looks good. Okay. Now on your plate, you can design it the way you desire on that plate, the way you like. You can make a candy cane shape. You can do that. You can flatten it out on there. You can do a nice pretty line. However you want to design it on your plate. It's up to you. And then with the remainder of your ingredients, you can choose to put it on top. You can put rice on top. If you want to be a little more festive, I still have green rice. If you have some left in your bowl, you can add a little green rice on top. Just a tad touch. Maybe a little red bell pepper. And one thing I do have is soy sauce. I'll go in the back and grab some soy sauce in just a moment. If you want to use as a dipping sauce. We could pour that over top. Next, we're gonna learn to work with our chopsticks. Just a moment, I'm gonna grab you some soy sauce. So you can use that as a dipping sauce. You can pour it right on top of your roll if you like. Gives it a nice little salty flavor. You're welcome. We don't have wasabi,
Thank you.
but we do have soy sauce. And if you'd like for Mr. Greg to go around or if you want to show are you able to go around for them to show off their sushi? He's going to go around, and that way your sushi roll can be on TV. We can see your creation. Okay, are you ready to eat? Okay, so you see your chopsticks right in front of you. Go ahead and break those up. You want your thumb holding them both together, your index finger right on top, and your other three fingers supporting them to hold together.
You can't see it.
Oh,
Hold it way down there.
oh, right down here. If it's your first time, doesn't have to be perfect. But think of it like he's talking to you. Hello. Kind of like a puppet. You're going to hold that as a V, and you're going to be able to clamp it on down using your top 2 fingers, and your thumb's always going to be holding it in place. Now, some people eat differently with their chopstick. This is how I hold mine. I prefer this way. I feel it's more stable that way. And you're going to hold onto your sushi. You're going to grab onto your sushi roll. You're going to pick it up. You can dip it in your sauce. And now you typically eat your sushi roll whole. That's how we typically eat our sushi. So you can go ahead and practice using your chopsticks and eating your sushi roll. No. And enjoy. Now, if you want to take it home with you, I do have to-go boxes.
Yep.
Or you can sit and enjoy.
We need a to-go box.
I know we started a little later today. If you have to be somewhere, I understand, but you can actually pretend, you can play with it, kind of move it around. I know they say don't play with your food, but it's fun when you can learn with your chopsticks with sushi. And there you go.
Do you know the schedule?
We're going to go over that. I'm walking around to see if your lips are green or red. That's what I'm checking out from the food coloring. Good job. You did it. Perfect. The soy sauce a little salty for it, maybe? Yeah. Yeah. First time.